Hello, my name is Philip Briscoe, and today's presentation is social media presenting yourself in the right way. So let me tell you a bit about myself first. So I'm the Sales and Marketing Director for European Circuits Limited in Clydebank, where we manufacture and assemble printed circuit boards. I'm a Director with the Dunbartonshire Chamber of Commerce, Board Member for Developing the Young Workforce, and Director of Lomond Radio, a local radio station for Dunbartonshire. So, what social media platforms do you use? You'll very likely have a Facebook account and use Facebook on a fairly regular basis. You probably have an Instagram account. You may have a Twitter account, although you might not use it very often. You probably have Snapchat. More than likely you'll have TikTok. But does anyone have or does anyone know about LinkedIn? Today's presentation is going to be mainly about LinkedIn and why you should use that as you prepare to go out to the world of employment. So there are hundreds of social media platforms out there. In my opinion, the top 5 social media platforms are Facebook, which was founded in 2004 and has 2.7 billion active monthly users. Twitter was founded in 2006 and has 353 million active monthly users. TikTok, founded in 2016 with 689 million active users. Instagram, founded in 2010 with 1.16 billion monthly active users. And LinkedIn, founded in 2003 with 310 million active monthly users. Nowadays, a lot of jobs are advertised on all sorts of social media platforms, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but they will more than likely be advertised on LinkedIn. And you should be aware of what you're posting on all your social media accounts and how you present yourself on social media. You're probably sitting there asking, why? A lot of employers are going to check out your social media sites when you go for an interview with them. They want to get an idea of you, they want to get an idea of your personality, and what you do outside work, and just a general feel for who they may be looking to employ. So always be careful about what you put out in social media. Think before you post. And make sure your profile names on your social media aren't offensive or unsuitable in any way. That said, don't be scared of social media. It's a really powerful platform and it's got its use. And employers realise you're teenagers, you have fun, and you use these platforms to communicate with your friends. Just think before you post. That's all I'm saying is think before you post any content on there. Think, could it be deemed as offensive or upset anyone or cause you issues in the future, whether that be tomorrow, next week, next year. So I want to talk to you about LinkedIn. So I don't know if you've heard of LinkedIn, or maybe you already have a LinkedIn account but you don't use it, but let me talk to you about LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is basically Facebook for business. It has 722 million members worldwide, with 310 million of them being active every month. So it's not the biggest social media network in the world, but it's got a fairly large audience, and it's a business audience, potentially your future employers. 40 million people use LinkedIn to search for jobs every week, and 3 people in the world are hired through LinkedIn every minute, and it's getting bigger. There's been a 55% increase in conversations, 60% increase in content creation, and since they started live streaming in 2020, there's been a 437% increase in live streams. There are 55 million companies on LinkedIn. European Circuits are on LinkedIn, the Chambers on LinkedIn, DYWS will be on LinkedIn, and Lomond Radio are on LinkedIn. Basically, LinkedIn is your online CV. So rather than posting out a CV to companies now, you use your online CV, and LinkedIn is exactly that. Most companies will search for potential employees on LinkedIn and check them out before offering an interview, just to find out more about you. If you're not on LinkedIn and another candidate is, they're more likely to choose them because they know a bit more about them. So I want to give you some tips about LinkedIn. Create an account. That's your first thing to do, is create a LinkedIn account if you don't already have one, and claim what's called your vanity URL. Literally takes a couple of minutes, and there's a link there to the YouTube video on how to do that. Your vanity URL is there. When you sign up to LinkedIn, it will allocate you basically a selection of numbers. It means nothing. What you can do is go in and create your vanity URL. So it will be linkedin.com/in/then your name. So in my case, it's /Phil Briscoe. And use that. Use it on your CV, put it on your CV, put it on cover letters, put it on emails that you send out. Make sure that your potential employers are seeing that you have a LinkedIn profile and you're basically asking them to go and check it out. Have a good profile picture and a good cover photo, although a cover photo is not absolutely essential. But as you can see from the two LinkedIn profiles below, mine's on the right and another, as an example, one on the left, you can see that the one with the profile, the cover photo stands out a lot better, and it gives the impression you put more effort into putting it together. Make sure all your photos fit within the required dimensions that are requested by LinkedIn. You can get them online quite easily. So I want to take a look at this profile a little bit in more detail, and let's take a look at the profile picture. So this was someone who applied for a job with me a few years ago, and naturally I checked them out on LinkedIn. Normally I'd ask you to give me some examples of what you think is wrong with the picture. So as you can see from the photograph, he's taken a photograph in what looks to be a hotel bathroom. You can see the shower in the background there, the shower curtain. He's not particularly well dressed as a business person, and it's a selfie. All things that aren't particularly great. So I want to give you some tips for profile pictures. Use a good headshot for your profile picture, so from there upwards. Don't use logos, avatars, clip art or graphics or anything like that. Make sure it's a good headshot and get one of your friends to take it with their mobile phone. Very easy, free to do, and all phones nowadays can take a good photograph. I want to give you some examples of bad profile pictures, so don't squeeze it in, don't be tiny in the photograph, don't have one when you're out partying at a club or whatever, don't do selfies, and don't do group shots. For example, the group shot, I have no idea who the person's profile is, so don't do a group shot. Just get one of your friends to take a picture. Very easy, very quick to do, and upload it. When you're writing your LinkedIn profile, sell yourself, but don't be too overconfident. Write a good summary about yourself, using as many keywords as you know that are suited to the industry that you're interested in, and always check for poor grammar and typos in the summary. Keep your profile updated regularly, whether that's maybe once a week even. That could be anything from an interesting article you've read, new achievements in school, information about volunteer work that you've done, things like that. But if people see that it's updated regularly, then that's a good thing to do. Use LinkedIn to search for people in the industries that you're interested in. It's a good way to get to know the industry and connect with people that you're interested in. The only thing I would say when you're connecting with people, some people won't connect with someone who they've never met. So always add a little personal message when you're sending that out. Just say you're interested in them, their company, their industry, and you'd like to connect to find out more about them. Use hashtags, but keep them relevant. So keep them relevant to the industry or the article that you're posting or something like that. Don't crash hashtags that aren't relevant, and certainly don't fill your post with lots of hashtags. But hashtags do give a wider reach for your post, which is always a good thing. And make sure you like, comment and share posts from other people that you're following. That helps as well. So here's a wee cheat sheet for social media sizes for various social media platforms. You can Google that and it will come up. Just check that it's up to date, because sometimes they do change slightly, but make sure your profile picture on any of your social media accounts fit into the designated area. It's a good program called canva.com, which is a free program that you can use to create images and size images for your various social media platforms. So when you're applying for jobs these days, most employers will ask you to email your CV to them. So you probably already have an email address, but is it a suitable email address that you will carry for pretty much the rest of your life? Is it suitable for contacting employers? Things like this aren't. Loads of numbers, don't make any sense. Stupid names like that, rubbish, don't use them at all. Create a sensible email address that you can use when you leave school, when you move into your employment, and you can create them very easily for free using Hotmail, Gmail, Mail.com, etc. etc. So if you don't have a suitable email address, create one. It's the easiest thing to do. And again, I'll emphasise, use your LinkedIn vanity URL on your email signatures, on your CVs, etc. So a few final tips away from social media, and this is the best advice I can give you as you go out into the world of work. Always have great timekeeping. Every employer is going to look for their employee to be on time. Always have a great attitude, and always have a willingness and enthusiasm to learn and participate. Seize opportunities that are presented to you because you never know where they're going to lead. And if you have to, make opportunities that aren't presented to you. And finally, I want to wish you good luck for your future. And normally at this point, I'd ask if you have any questions. But if you do, you can always email me, philip@european-circuits.co.uk, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Thanks very much.